이러한 문제가 사실 그 몇몇 섬만 겪고 있는 게 아니라 태평양 섬나라들이 다 공통으로 겪고 있는 문제 중에 하나예요. 그래서 이 섬나라 이주에 대한 팔라우 대통령께서는 어떤 생각을 갖고 계신지도 들어봤는데 한번 함께 들어보시죠.
I happened to be in Korea in 2009 attending an environmental conference. Asian countries from Korea all the way to Saudi Arabia and Palau got joined in as part of Asia. I think we were the only Pacific Islander there, but I was sitting next to the gentleman from Maldives because it was Palau. Maldives was right next to me on sitting on, and we were sharing the challenges that we have as islands. And of course, Maldives says next parliament we're going to have to have scuba tanks at our parliament to be able to conduct parliament. But at that conference, we sat down and we were saying, okay, we must do this by 2020. We shall do this by 2020, right? At the end of the conference, a large country that was there said, we need to change everything that's in this document because we won't agree unless it says may consider or maybe. We cannot use the words shall and must. And you know, that was very disturbing to us, my friend from the Maldives and ourselves, because it was like the large country didn't understand how much of an urgency the climate change issues were. In fact, later on that evening, we were riding around on the bus and this member of parliament came up to me and asked me the question. He said, how many people live in your country? And I said, around 20,000. Oh, that's no problem. We could just relocate them. Oh, that's no problem. We could just relocate them.
아 진짜.
아 진짜.
내가 화나네 진짜.
We could just relocate them. But do you relocate culture? Do you relocate a country? Do you just move them to another country and call that's their country? No, you lose cultures, you lose history, you lose language. Why should we accept any of that when we can actually make a difference? This is a human-induced problem, and we, the humans, can make a difference.
After your speech at the COP26, do you think countries have changed their attitude towards climate crisis?
Well, you know, I think what we've seen, Palau just had the opportunity of hosting our Oceans Conference, very successful conference. But I think what we've seen is, at least from COP and still started at UNGA, the US being back at the table, being active in climate change. It's good to see that Australia, now with their new leadership, is also taking up and saying they're going to take a bigger and more active approach to climate change. I think that gives us hope. As small islands, I think that at the end of the day, we know that we contribute very less, and even changing our behavior is going to contribute very little to what we're experiencing. So being able to get into those conferences, talk about the issues, make it real for people, even though it's not where we want to be, we want to see more action, at least moving in that direction. Every little step counts. We would like to see carbon emissions reduced by 50% by 2030. That's the goal, if we want to stay below 1.5, because as you know, if it's above 1.5, countries like Maldives, Marshall Islands, gone. Our small islands, gone. We'll all be crowded on the big island. But that's the reality.
우리 개인들도 물론 생활 속에서 할 수 있는 범위의 일을 당연히 해야 된다고 생각해요. 우리는 지금 좋은데? 우리는 돈 벌고 잘 사는데? 하고 자국의 이익만을
이런 거죠. 이렇게 이런 방송 나오면
네.
어머 안타까워. 근데 다음 거 뭐 보지? 이렇게
그렇죠.
되는 거죠. 네. 어머 너무 안타까워. 잠깐만
남일이야,
뭐 한다며 이러면서 이렇게
네.
쳐다보는 게 되는
그
거죠.
남이 한두 명이 아니잖아요.
그러니까요.
1.5도 상승했을 때 5억 1천만 명
네.
이상의 사람들이 피해를 보게 되고
잃는다고
3도 이상 지구 온도가 상승하게 되면 8억 명.
네.
집을 잃는 정말
맞아요. 지구 평균 기온이 3도 올라가면 세계 곳곳의 도시와 그리고 건축물이 침수 피해를 받게 되는데요. 예를 들자면 캘리포니아의 명소 산타 모니카 해변이 사라지게 되고요.
해변
아예
자체가?
사라져요? 네, 아예 사라지고 그리고 영국 런던 버킹엄궁 앞 광장은 물에 잠기게 돼요.
우리나라도 더 이상 안전지대가 아닌데요. 그러니까 2030년도까지 온실가스 배출량을 줄이지 못하면 국토의 5% 가까이 물에 잠기게 될 거라고
우리나라
이야기를
국토요?
해요. 우리나라도. 근데 국토의 5%가 뭐 아직 95% 남았네 이렇게 생각할 수도 있지만
감이 안 와요.
사실 10년 안에 인천국제공항 해운대까지도 물에 잠겨서 영향이 없어질 수 있다.
아니,
지금
그때까지
상황으로는
되고
그렇게
있어요.
될 것 같아요.
근데 인천국제공항이 사라진다는 거 우리나라의 물 창고가 사라지는 거잖아요.
맞습니다. 네. 최근에 우리 언론에서도 많이 다루고 있는 문제죠. 이렇게 눈앞에서 식자재 값이 막 상승하고 있잖아요.
맞아요.
그리고 특히 그 중에서도 밀값 상승이 정말 많은 세계에 영향을 미치고 있는 것 같아요. 이게 다 기후 변화랑 연관이 돼 있으니까 간과할 수 없는 문제죠.